do today is arrangements for Boys' Day in Japan. I mean, that's not a concept which is familiar for me. There's no such thing in Russia or in Belgium where I live now. But it's kind of sweet that you have a day for boys and a day for girls, right? And what the Japanese arrange for the Boys' Day is iris flower, and that's because the leaf of iris flower is like a shape of soul. What's the difference of arranging iris in the Japanese tradition to what we do? They pay a lot of attention to the leaf. So this is how the leaf grows naturally, and those who have gardens have seen it, but you know, if you buy irises, you would not actually even know how it comes naturally. So the flower comes in the middle, it would be somewhere stem here, but all the leaves, they are kind of packed together, so you see, so you can pull them out, and they're not grown together like to each other, so that's how you disassemble this whole thing. And the middle leaf is very weak, so you cannot really use it, it's too soft. Each leaf has a direction, and that's what we're going to talk about. But first, to the irises themselves, what we can find here. There are two kinds which are available in trade, and which are actually grown quite easily. So we have this Germanica iris, super normal. I think everybody knows this one, right? Like a garden variety, very beautiful. This is like a very basic color, so that's nice. And this is the second one, and I don't know, I guess everybody calls it differently, but a common name for this one is Turkish iris. I don't know why this is Turkish, but this is kind of a nice one. I'm just wondering how we can use it, right? Like every time I see it, like this is much closer. This has similar leaves to this Japanese iris. This doesn't. And this is what mainly is available in. So what I'm doing normally is combining the two. Buying leaves, unfortunately, is not what you can do here easily. You can probably order, but I've never done that. I have my own. But if you do have a chance to get your hands on the Germanica irises leaves, that is my trick or my way of coping with this, you know, wanting to have a proper Japanese style arrangement with rules and an interesting kind of interesting look at the end, but not having the material, right? So the leaves of this Turkish iris, they are not allowing for this flat sword shape composition. And I will use Kenza, and I'm using a relatively large one, but you can do also using the sun and moon Kenza, like, you know, those ones there that can be nicely put like elongated, because we need layers of leaves and layers of flowers. So a larger Kenza, some water and some more, and a flat vase. So that's kind of the more traditional way of arranging it. Of course, in modern way, in Soviet school, we can arrange it whatever we want. You know, there's no prescription. Nevertheless, there are some interesting things we can learn from tradition. So what you can see on each leaf is that it has back and front, so it kind of curves to one side. You want to have this curved side towards the flower, and also there is a movement in each leaf. So this is kind of going like there is a nice curve. And okay, and now the cameras quite far from each other. So this is it. So if I go with this curve, I need to make sure it comes back to the flower. So, for example, I have a leaf which going in this direction and this direction. So I want to put them, assemble them back into this shape together, but taking into account that they curve to the middle. And look at this. It's very clear that this leaf will be falling backwards. So we're trying to place it such a way that it would be falling towards the flower. Because the way we look at it is, flower comes and we try to arrange flowers higher than the leaf. I don't necessarily like it. but yeah, let's stick with the traditional way. I think sometimes taller leaves and smaller flowers also looks nice, but assuming we are trying to mimic the traditional arrangement. So I remove all those leaves which give away the secret that this is not the right type of iris. And I cut it underwater and I put it in Canson. So, and it's really like for facing the viewer, nice open iris. I have more here. I'll build the middle out of those. And it's really a matter of finding your way with the material. And again, you don't have to make the traditional arrangement. You can go with super modern, you know, some wires around it, for God's sake. But if we want to try something different, and really that looks different in, you know, anywhere outside of Japan, this is not a traditional arrangement. I just made the arrangement which is based on this theme at a client yesterday, and they were very much surprised. They were kind of, yeah, look, it's different. And it is different, but it is so traditional if you go just a bit further, you know, the same planet. I probably don't want to have all of them like super open. I want to take variety. So this one is halfway open, and I probably will use that one, like just to have 3 flowers. You don't have to have 3 flowers, but I like to have 3 flowers. 3 flowers kind of makes me more peaceful. I probably will even change around a little spot. How they're placed now. So I like the tall one to be closed, and I'll shorten the other one. Try to place it the way that it's not. No, I think it needs to be even shorter because now they're the same height with the second flower. So voila. That's kind of, for now, I keep it like this, and if I need to adjust, I will. Now I need to find a nice combination of 3 leaves, which I will put in front. Maybe I can go for some smaller leaves. So this is going to be the second one. So 1, 2, and then I need the third one. And I don't want it to be too big. And that's another thing. If it's too large, I just cut them like very much in the middle. It is more difficult to fix because it's a thinner leaf blade higher, the higher you go, but I think it still is better than having a too tall of a leaf. So I have made them like almost natural looking 3, and I put it in the front. So then I have my flowers above, and then I have like this first line, and I can find 3 leaves, or 2 leaves rather, for the back, and I can put more if I decide to, but okay, let's try to recreate what it's supposed to be traditionally. So 2 leaves, and it's better also to cut even the leaves underwater, they drink better. They have to be like really cut the way you placed it into the cancer. So, and this is kind of what it looks on like old paintings. If you look at Rinpa paintings, this is pretty much the groups of irises which are put in rows, and then you can have some variety. So what I would like to do is to add some smaller leaves to make it even more natural looking. So again, I'm trying to follow this rule of looking to the middle, and I can go a bit out of Canson because they're quite thick, so they can hold relatively well in Canson, even if it's, you know, not a full leaf is placed in the Canson. I'm just going for some smaller parts, and this one has been eaten a bit by some insects, so it's nice. I like the natural look of it. So if I wanted to, I could add some small kanzan, for example, like, because I really would appreciate some more natural look. So I'll take smaller leaf here, and like it's growing in water, it is tender spring. I don't know. That's my feeling with it. That's what I would like to do. And I think for somebody in Japan, maybe it looks like, oh, super boring because it's very traditional. For us here, it's like, oh wow, it's modern, it's interesting. What I also like doing is just adding some more other flowers. And here it's nice blue purplish. So I really want to add some forget-me-nots to have this blue a bit accentuated. Plus the kanzan is relatively large, so we want to leverage that as well. We just want to have a little bit of other growth in the arrangement, so something else is naturally existing in the same area, let's say, and it's just some other flower which we can. I definitely want to remove all the leaves so that there is nothing swimming in the water and getting our water dirty and spoils our flowers, but it is pretty much the natural arrangement I wanted to have, and I'm gonna leave it at that. So I hope that's been kind of what you expected.